So I'd like to discuss how this journey led me into traditional instruments mixed with a modern sound. You will be hearing such groups as Pinata Protest, Azteca, Otekin. In this journey, when I was traveling to go see Pinata Protest, the tripod got damaged and also the shotgun microphone. So please forgive me on how the audio and tripod sounds. This path that led me to where we are today in this podcast, in this documentary, talking to Pinata Protest and Azteca and Otekin, I learned a new form of experience that I wasn't expecting on how each group created their music, created their style, and what they've done to persevere in the music industry and also with their music. Very inspirational to hear such music being mixed in with Tex-Mex punk. Very unique. Became a fan of the group, saw them perform live at a show, and became a fan of them. And very honored to meet Alvaro, Chris, Reggie. Also, on another hand, talking to Dante from Azteca, I was very impressed on how they created their sound style and also learning a dead language from the Aztec. And then going to Siberia and speaking to Otekin and their manager, learning a lot about the group and the history and how they combine modern sounds of rock, pop, folk, metal, blues, all these elements with their traditional instruments and playing. It was very impressive knowing that they used traditional bass drums, traditional guitars, an opus bass, a jaw harp, and also mixed in with a keyboard and an electrical bass. Very impressive, along with their style of playing and their manager that had brought them all together and them singing about traditional stories from the culture and also in their native language. I was very impressed with what I learned and what I'm coming across. You'll hear other groups later on in further episodes, but as of now, episode 1 begins with Pinata Protest.
style music. And then I think you ended up asking me about joining Pinata Protest. that was the first time I kind of saw or heard the band, got exposed to the band, and I liked it and ended up joining these guys 3 or 4 years ago.
Wasn't what we playing with Brujeria that night too?
Yeah, I saw y'all.
Yeah, we're playing with Brujeria that night.
Two other guys who were supposed to join the band.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yep.
Those other guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I was scared to go to the merch table because the old guitarist was there.
Yeah. And there's a lot of chicks like around me and Chris and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of had to find them out.
So you were just looking for learning a different style of music when you decided to come into the group, okay? What about you two? What about you, Chris?
I just drove by Alvaro's house one day and there was a help wanted sign. So I knocked on his door and I applied, and apparently I was the only one that applied, so I really just got it out of default.
Yeah.
Nothing deeper than that. It was just right place, right time. So there you go.
What about you, Michael?
I joined I think it's been like 6-7 years ago. I joined right after Chris joined. It's kind of along the same lines. Alvaro's getting Oscar Evans together. Kind of doing that. A little bit of kind of learning the songs and the transition. Then there was a change. It's just right time. Yeah, I mean, I had known Alvaro from other bands too. He had been stalking me with my other bands, the Hairs.
I mean, there was a restraining order and everything involved, but
He had been stalking me for a while, trying to get me to join Pinata Protest on our birthdays.
I don't know.
So, okay. So you guys started the group about, what, 4 or 5 years ago, though?
Nah, like 13 years ago. Yeah, man, we've been around for a long time.
Really? I'm barely getting to hear you guys playing with Brujeria.
Yeah, no, man, we've been around for a while. We've been touring a lot. That's mainly what we've been. Well, I think 4 or 5 years after it started, we started touring heavily. All we've been doing, honestly, is doing more touring than more than anything else, and it's been a lot of fun.
So where have you guys been? I mean, what countries?
We've been all over the U.S., coast to coast, except for Alaska and Hawaii. It's the only place we haven't been to.
Spain.
Canada, Mexico, France.
The girls are real nice in Canada, huh?
Right?
Toronto.
Hey.
Canada's nice in general, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful there.
I think we went in the summer, so it wasn't like freezing cold. It was just beautiful. Like,
Oh, you don't know Canada then.
yeah.
Because of Canada.
You know, as musicians, we all grow, right? And we find ourselves growing in our music to evolve more. I mean, compared to the early days when you guys started out, how much more technical have you guys got?
I think definitely more for sure. I think it's almost impossible not to. At the very least, I think you get bored from kind of playing the same way after a while, and you kind of want to explore new things, and that kind of forces you to go outside your comfort zone musically. And this band, though, I think we purposely do that all the time, and the way that we combine the different styles. You could say, we're Tex-Mex punk, but what that means is, Tex-Mex encompasses Tejano, cumbias, guapangos, rancheras, polka, valses, redobas, cumbias, chotices, son jarocho music, Rio music. I mean, you have a whole world, and all those are played differently, All those styles are played differently, and they use different instruments. And even like with punk rock, you have ska, thrash. You could say metal even maybe. I could maybe throw in reggae. I don't know. And all the Texas genres. You got country. We just finished doing like this new song, and it's a country influenced song. And we played it with acoustic guitars and upright bass, and it was different than anything else we've ever done before, right? And but that was a lot of fun, because we that was definitely outside our comfort zone. We listen to country, and all that, but we're not country musicians, but we want outside our comfort zone. And we've been doing that a lot, personally, I like cumbia a lot. I like kind of going in that direction more. And I'm trying to do more cumbia stuff. So, but none of us. And the funny thing is, none of us are like Mexican style musicians from the get go. We all started with punk rock and metal, So we're like, or blues. Reggie's more blues. So all of us are like learning like at the same time these new styles, and I think
Learning and appreciating.
yeah, and that's always kind of been with this band, But the cool thing too is that like we have our side bands that we play in, and those bands are strictly traditional Tex-Mex styles, and we've been learning a lot, and that really a lot, and helps us grow and we carry that things we learned from those bands to Pinata Protest, and makes us sound, I think, more authentic and not just like a bunch of dumb punks trying to do Tejano and norteño, but like and at the same time too, like we grew up listening to this music. Except for Chris.
What influences are yours, Chris?
More huge influence on me. Josh Freese in general, any band he's ever played with. Mainly just punk, thrash, all that stuff.
It was a lot of fun trying to get Chris to like play like Tex-Mex like drums, like at first, because it's like
It's pretty challenging. But
yeah, it
helps,
Chris is
Chris
is
definitely
hardest
taught
hitter.
to teach dynamics, and
Yeah.
can't just bash through everything and play more finesse, which obviously now I get to bring to Pinata as well. So
I mean, we definitely like Chris. When he first joined the band, I loved him because he did play hard and fucking, he was great. Fucking looked good, sounded good, smelled awful, but but that's why it worked so well for Piñata, and it's but we're but we did for the most part we did all grew up listening to this music, Tejano music, Mexican music, and so it's in our hearts, even though we might have not remembered the songs, but once you hear them, you're like, oh yeah. I don't know what the question was, man, but I hope that answered something.
How many beers did you have?
All right. So, what about imagery? That's an important thing for any group. Do you agree?
Yeah, for sure. And I think we have our own look and style, and and a lot of that is, pretty much combines, is a reflection of our music. I don't know if you can see my snazzy botas.
Are those ostrich? Or what are those again?
These are lizard.
Lizard. They're lizard.
Alligator, right?
No, these are lizard, man. I know you wear these on the stage, though. They're very slippery. They're dinosaurs. But, yeah, man, like my sombrero, and, I kind of wanted to combine the styles and norteño and punk rock. And for me, that's what I like, And of course, my accordion. I don't know. I think I've always thought too, like, it looks really cool to have like traditional instruments with like rock instruments. For some reason, I always thought that looked so cool too. That's one thing I do like about this band is that we look weird on stage. I think, you know, just like what the. And we've had those moments too, because like.
But it looks cool though, right?
I mean, I guess I don't know, but to me it does. Maybe everybody else it doesn't. But I definitely every time like we were on tour with like a bigger band like Brujeria, or we used to do tours a lot with Reverend Horn Heat. And so these crowds don't know us, right? They don't know who the fuck we are. So we get on stage and shit, and you know, we all come out and with our instruments. I'm dressed like this, and people are like, "What the fuck is this?" You know? And
I can second that. When I saw you guys in El Paso,
yeah, man.
I was like, "What the fuck?" I
And
thought
you
I was
know-
at a metal show.
And you don't know, especially like in accordion, you know. It's like, what the fuck is that? And a lot of people don't even know what it is. But it's cool, like, you know, that element of surprise, you know, kind of, we like playing with that, and, you know, we like kind of shocking people in those first initial moments of the show. And
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, I was there, and after you guys did Shingo to Mother, you know,
oh, at the end?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, everyone.
I was hooked.
Everyone's arm in arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hooked after that. I was like, no, man, they rock.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's how it was with Brujeria. Like in the beginning, all like the metal hands just kind of like, it's too tough for this. And then, like, after that part, dude, everyone's like arm in arm, just like singing, having a good time.
yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, you guys,
About a good time.
yeah, I mean, all the music, the way you guys did it, I mean, it was well done. You know, so I give you guys props. I mean, you guys won me over. I'm a straight up metal motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up to like Pizzazz, Venom, you know, the heavy. You know, you're there with me, Chris. I mean,
Death, man.
yeah, Death.
Synthesizer.
And you know, so to see you guys come out and then you're nothing like what I'm thinking. I'm like, what the hell did I just? I mean, did I go to the wrong show or what? You know, but you guys, after
That's always fun.
the encore, just I was like, you know what? These guys got something good. I liked how you guys combined your elements, and you guys. I mean, you're a good showman on the stage. So.
Learning from Chris.
No, I mean, and let's be honest. If you don't got a good showman, you're never going to reach that the audience, you know. And it's one of the things where you guys are just you're interacting with them, like so. You guys are working on some new material, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we're doing here today. We don't come here, but this is yeah. We wanted to you know, get everything nice and ready for recording. We're gonna record this weekend. It's, yeah, we're here. It's what, Thursday right now. We're gonna record on Sunday. 2 new songs: a cover song and an original song. Very excited. Very excited. We've been actually just trying to pump out new songs left and right. You know, it's kind of our goal right now. We got a lot of touring coming up this year. We're very, very excited. We're going to be playing. We're going to be going on tour with a ska band called the Mad Caddies. The Mad Caddies, great band, legendary band, and we're going to be. First, we're playing Sound of the Street Festival in Chicago. That's like in February. And yeah, great band, man. And then we're gonna play Punk and Drublick, part of NoFX's last tour ever. So we're very honored.
It's actually the first show of the kickoff to the final.
Especially for Richie.
Yeah.
He
He's
loves
downplaying it right now.
Hey, come on, man.
He
You're
loves
really
Fat
biased.
Mike.
So can we talk about some of the new material? I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so like, what's the new material about?
Well, the song that we're recording right now is called Lado Lado. That song has to do with the farm workers' strikes in the 60s and 70s in California and Texas. it was inspired by our participation in the Cesar Chavez March in San Antonio last year. And I don't know, I just wanted to capture that in a song. And also, I thought it was an important piece of history that that I think people should be more excited about. Because I think the farm workers back then and now, I mean, it's almost like close to slavery. It's extremely hard work. Extremely hard work. And you get paid your most basic amount in order just to keep you alive, to keep you working. So to me, it's like you pretty much have slaves. Like, you're barely keeping them alive. And for what? So we can eat, so everyone else can eat comfortably, right? So we can eat for cheap, you know, and have 3 meals a day, you know, for, you know. And I think it's overlooked, you know. It's one of those things about living in a first world country, you know. You forget about these struggles. And I have, you know, my own experience with that firsthand too as well, myself and my family, and I took that to heart. We have another song that, one of the first songs that the song came out with called Campesino, kind of talks about the same thing, just the field worker experience, but this one talks about the whole movement. And we acknowledge several of the leaders in the song. And stylistically, it's more of a pop punk kind of, just real catchy, just happy kind of song, even though the lyrics are a little more serious. So that's what that's about, man. So I like this song a lot. I'm very excited. I hope people like it. They don't, fuck it. I don't care.
And it gets a little hard at the end. And good.
Yeah, it does.
It's like cross-genre with the punk and a little bit of hardcore.
Yeah, like New York style hardcore. Like raw, like that. It's weird.
Except he doesn't sing like that.
Yeah.
But it's good though. Good work.
Yeah. We definitely like went outside of comfort zone and going into the. Not really. We have other songs that are kind of metal.
Yeah, but that one was hardcore.
Yeah, that's not hardcore.
There's not much that we have like hardcore.
Yeah.
That's the only
Like,
one that has
like
a.
punk, thrash and kind of metal lyrics, but nothing like hardcore.
This one has a classic breakdown.
Yeah, the classic.
Classic breakdown.
Okay, you got your guitar. Is it plugged in? Can you show
Oh, no, not right now. Sorry.
He was fucking cranking his amp earlier.
Got to, man.
Man, fucking, it sounds really good.
That's only a 20-watt amp too, man. Imagine this was 30 years ago and now it's a 100-watt TV. And these guys wouldn't last, man.
Just crank that up, do what Lemmy did, turn all the dials up.
Oh yeah, get that brown sound.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are just, discussing about some passages in the songs in your breakdowns. So you do got some complicated parts in there.
Maybe not this song, but
It's just like, I guess the order and like everything.
yeah, I guess when I like classic hardcore breakdown where everything kind of slows down. It's just like a halftime thing. We do have another song though that we released recently called Shepherd the Sheep. It just came out like about a month ago?
Yeah. 2 months ago.
That one actually, I'll take it back. That one actually also has a sort of breakdown. That one's got more complex parts. That one's
Thrash.
that one's more thrash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's fast too.
Yeah.
That one.
That one had the killer solo.
I think it was like 230 BPM.
Not even.
Yeah, I played like my Kirk Hammett solo on that one too.
Who's doing that?
You got the wah going on?
No, I do. Oh man, I got on my pedal now though. On live, you'll hear it. Live,
Oh,
you'll hear
okay.
it. Not in the studio.
Hey, what did you think of the Lux Eterna?
I'm sorry?
What did you think of Metallica's Lux Eterna?
I haven't listened to it yet, man.
Really?
I don't know. I've been paying more attention to like the newer metal acts.
Well, I mean, they kind of went back to their roots on that song.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminded me of Kill 'Em All.
Oh, that's my favorite one, man. That's
So,
my
I mean,
favorite record.
I mean, if you're like talking about Hit the Lights,
Yeah.
Motor Breath,
Whiplash.
you know, all them,
Yeah.
it kind of had that Diamond Head feel to it. Diamond Head Blitz
That's cool, man.
So if you haven't checked it out, I'm surprised.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, I think they did that one thing with like Lou Reed, that which was kind of weird. And Lars
Yeah,
Ulrich's
Lou
having
Reed.
trouble, like
Oh, the Lou Reed,
keeping time.
Metallica mashup.
Oh no, dude! They gave
What's
him hell,
horrible?
dude, on the song. They
One of the
gave
most
Lars
horrible things I've ever
hell
heard in my
on
life.
it.
Yeah.
But he actually played it live, pulled it off.
So
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
so bad.
I want to see it.
Oh, man, yeah, that was a thing.
There's a video for one of the songs on the album. It's torture.
Yeah, Lars got really artistic at some point. And I don't blame him. I mean, you know, he was playing thrash for like, what, 40 years?
well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
You're pissing a lot of people off right now, you know that?
no,
A lot of people agree.
but here's the deal.
That was
I
like
mean,
one of the worst mashups.
I mean, Metallica did change their sound, right? Because the Black Album, they saw dollar signs,
Yeah.
and they wanted to capture that again. And guess what? They failed every time.
Yeah. With the Saint Anger. And,
Yeah, I mean, it's like they tried and tried.
You're chasing money, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were chasing the dollar. I mean, you know what? James will
that's a
probably
whole napster
get on me
Yeah,
for this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's what it was. It was all about them trying to get the commercial success
Yeah, man.
that the Black Album had. Unfortunately, it was a different time period in their life where And Justice for All led to it,
Yeah.
you know, but after that, I mean, let's be honest, you know, they didn't have the inspiration anymore. I mean, personally, that's what I think.
And then what was the Black Album? Was that one with Jason Newsted?
Yep.
Or did they? Yeah, that was his last album with.
No.
He did Saint Anger with them too. Or?
Yeah.
Right before
Or Garage Inc.
So I think Saint
Some-
Anger was
some-
the first
some
album
kind of
that got
monster.
suicidal.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
some kind of
Some
monster.
kind of monster. That's right.
That was his last appearance
Yeah,
because he
Pretty much
basically
around
they
2000.
weren't letting him create his own music.
Yeah, I know,
He
yeah.
wanted to play another band.
Yeah, I always Justice for All. Like when you listen to the OG one, there's like no bass. It's pretty sad. Poor guy, man. Poor guy.
I mean, they hated the hell out of him. Yeah. What do you got there? Oh, you're doing
filming,
Facebook
filmer.
Live?
I totally forgot that the mashup about Metallica and Lou Reed.
Yeah, man.
Forgot that happened.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
I'm gonna listen to that
2000.
tonight.
Yeah.
I'm listening to that tonight.
That was after they did.
I'm gonna smoke a big old bowl and then just laugh my ass off when I listen to that damn album.
Watch you
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
do
this is from the guy that said he doesn't do drugs. He just admitted right now smoking.
Oh,
weed.
Just started right now.
Just because of the topic of Metallica.
Ever.
It's a gateway. See?
Hey, I got something I gotta say. I am also chasing the dollar sign.
Yeah, are we
Don't
all?
do drugs. Do drugs. Don't do them. Do them.
So,
I'm versatile, like I said.
so you guys are going to be going on tour. You got any shows in Mexico, in Colombia, any places like that?
We got 3 shows in Mexico all along the border.
What cities?
Tecate, Tijuana, and Mexicali.
Never played there before.
We played and
Play the cat.
That's in Tijuana, but after that.
yeah.
When are you guys going to make it down to Laredo?
We've been to Laredo, man. We've been there.
Wow, the Blue Note, or what is it?
No,
He's
no.
from
I'm from Laredo,
there.
man. We still haven't played that.
I'm from Nuevo Laredo.
Last time we played that, yeah, was before you was that Blue Note, right?
No, it's called the. It's not there anymore. I forgot what
It's good. It's in a shopping plaza.
The one with the murals.
Oh, cold brew.
Cold brew. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Cold
Cold
brew.
Brew. Yeah,
Still there?
Yeah.
Still
It's
around?
by Burlington. Well, no, it's not by Burlington
Yes, it is.
anymore.
Yeah,
They
Blue
moved
Hill
it.
is
Oh, they
going to
moved
be playing there in March.
Who is?
A cold brew?
Yeah.
Was it the venue?
Is that same small venue?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a tiny place.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you need to get a hold of them and open it up.
Man, y'all need to get more venues and let us.
Yeah, we do, man.
Yeah, reach out to Brujeria and tell them, hey, you know, we'll open the act again, you know.
I'll call them up right now.
Oh, did y'all say Brujeria's playing cold brew?
Yeah,
That little place?
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but we've literally been talking about that.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Richie. Me and Richie were talking.
Yeah,
Like,
I haven't heard that.
Brujeria only have like 3 fans and.
Hey, well, you know it's going to be packed as fuck, so.
Yep. Yeah, I saw it on Facebook yesterday.
You guys want to feel like the sardines? Come check out the show.
Dude, I'm down to even just go. Just haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a flyer later on. You know,
I think I saw it. Someone with a big weed plan, right?
I think so. Yeah. They got a couple. I know I was talking to one of the other bands that was trying to open the act for them, but you know, they haven't told them yes or no. You know, I'm like, yeah, well, you know, keep your fingers crossed. They might do it. Well, it's one of them things. Hey, on a quick topic, how do you guys feel about play to pay? Pay to play.
Oh, nah. Hell nah. Hell nah.
Wait,
Nah,
we're
nah.
talking about music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, totally
Pay
good.
to play? Hell no, no, man.
What about pay to pray?
Pay to pray? That's
Well,
just
I mean,
Scientology,
you
bro.
know,
that's
it's pretty
religion
sad.
in general.
It really, it's pretty sad because you got some of the promoters pay to play, right? Then let's talk about the merch guys stealing on top of that. I mean,
Yeah. Real.
it's like the band's getting screwed.
Have you ever heard of this guy named Diego?
Shit. Oh, what? Wow.
Okay.
Shit.
No.
You hear what he said?
No, that's why I was like,
I'm kidding. I love you, Diego.
I love you, Diego. He loves you.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, this is all going on. I mean, how do you guys make sure it doesn't happen to you on the merch side? I mean, on your contracts. I mean, who's in charge of helping you guys out when you're playing the shows, selling your merch?
Well, we've never had that issue. Honestly, everybody that we work with are friends, you know, people who we know. So we never had that issue, honestly. Well, we're running the merch table. We have to. So
Yeah, we're at the point where we can still keep tabs on what's going on. It's not a big operation like, I don't know, like when we tour with like Brujeria, they have like boxes or like casualties, so they have like 10 shirts.
Yeah, several designs. And
Yeah.
Every album.
A little more efficient.
Everything we have can fit in a van.
That's
So we can
our-
keep track of it.
Our van is outside.
Yeah.
Our tour van is outside.
And with us in there.
Yeah, there's
No trailer, you know, just a...
Yeah. It'd be hard to, you know, pull a fast one on this at this point.
Plus,
Yeah.
No Shingatsu.
Yeah.
Then we go back to Shingatsu weather.
yeah. Full circle.
Yeah, this is gonna be so hard to translate all this.
I have a buddy who plays around here, and he's just like a solo singer-songwriter or whatever. But he's told me, he actually brought that up the other day, that he's hit up some bars and will be like, well, you can play here for like $20, and then whatever you make in tips, you can keep.
Yeah, but $20 is really kind of nothing compared to some of them that want 250.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
Like that's I mean, I even told him, I was like, I haven't played a free show in a long time. There's plenty of venues if you're good enough, you know, if you feel confident enough, you can tell them, hey, I'll play for like $50 for the 3 hours, and then if you really like it, then pay me more next time. Pay to play?
I'd be walking out. I'd be like, you know what, man? You guys, it's a nice venue you guys have, but it's not worth my time.
I'll busk outside your venue and make a lot more.
If the band really wants it, man, you know, if they're up and coming and they really want it, then fuck yeah, I'll go for it. But, you know, no band should be doing
Yeah. If you can, just do DIY shows, man. I don't think there's a single DIY place that's going to say, hey, dude, pay to play at my DIY spot.
it. Yeah.
Find a community and
But,
find the
yeah.
nearest community that's going to like have free shows where any band can go and play. Any band can go and set up a little merch table outside. And you have a lot more success in trying to play at the nearest gentrified spot.
that's true. Like, you don't even need like venues these days, man. Like, you know, just make your own show.
Come down to his house, he'll throw a party.
Yeah, man.
What is it, BYOB? Yeah, there you go, it still exists.
BYOD. Bring your own drugs.
Dogs, man.
Not cool.
Oh, it's dogs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Drugs.
I was like, BYOC, bring your own chihuahuas.
So we're You cook them. Oh no, sorry.
I translate.
Tailbone.
Chris, come on.
What's up?
Seriously, for some of your fans out there, like, you know, give them your influence, your lowdown, your back history.
I've just been playing drums since I was 13, 14. Didn't think this was supposed to be a hobby with some friends. There wasn't anything, I had no passion towards it. It was like, hey, friends were starting a band. It's like, all right, well, they got guitars, bass and a guitar. Either be the singer or be the drummer. Deathly shy, so I picked drums. And it just turned out that I was actually somewhat decent at it, so I just kept at it. Next thing I know, went from being 13, 14 playing drums, and now I'm pushing 40. Still playing music with friends and having a good time.
We're friends.
Well, I play in other bands, so.
Oh, okay.
Seriously,
I'm a close
you're
second.
from Laredo, right?
I'm a close second.
Laredo, dude. Puro pinche 956, bro.
And you can't speak Spanish? Oh, there we go.
Right?
Un poquito, bro. Hey, you're from San Antonio, dude?
I know Tex-Mex, man, that's good enough.
Spanglish.
Where I come from.
No, you know what? You know what? I got something to say about that because a lot of people would dog us like when we were in Spain, man. Like we got a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
talking a lot of shit. And even sometimes we played in Mexico. We played Monterrey. Where else did we play? Mexico City, Guadalajara. We played all over, and you know, for the most part, it's been great. But there are some people that like dog us because our español no hablamos tan bien. But what they don't understand is that like the history about how Mexican people were oppressed here in Texas. Like a lot of people, you know, like you know, when they're growing up in schools, you're beat by your teachers. There's a lot of racism. For you know, people think the South was segregated only for blacks, but Texas, blacks and brown people were segregated, man.
Why don't we just say it simple? Being a Hispanic in the United States and Texas, you got to be better than the people in Mexico. Mexico, you got to be better than the people over here. It's tiring, dude. Like
Right on.
Selena's
Yeah.
father said.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
tiring.
Or like it's like you're never Mexican enough, and you're never like white enough.
I don't know, but you know, that's part of our unique history, as awful as it is. But that's why we ended up like with brown people with last name Hernandez that can barely speak Spanish, you know, man, and
Yeah.
it's a shame, man. But it's like it's part of that history, you know.
Yeah.
But
And like some of them even totally reject it. I remember like in San Marcos, I saw it a lot, where you'd have someone come in. I remember I used to be a teller at I used to be the counter boy at like a laundromat. And I remember one time, and it happened a couple times with other people, but one time specifically, this one lady came and she was like, "Oh, hey, my name's like something Salazar." And I was like, "Oh, Salazar? Okay, let me." I was like, "Oh, I guess she's like Eastern European or something." Can I get a spelling on that? Salazar. And in my head, I'm like, Salazar? Like, what? Like, for real? Like, oh, your name's Lisa Salazar. Like, not Salazar. And it's like, and then it would happen other times, like, you know, like, Moreno. Or like, and it'd be like, I thought it was like Morino.
Marina?
But they'd spell it out and be like Moreno. And I was like, oh, you mean Moreno?
first name Richie.
Yeah, I know, right? His last name's Moreno too. But yeah, like, and it was so you think. I remember a couple of the people I would talk to there, the older guys, people that were like in their 60s, would tell me like, yeah, I mean, they would exactly what Alvaro said. They would get in trouble for speaking Spanish. And their parents, who spoke mostly Spanish, would just try and speak English around them because they didn't want their kids like having to deal with the burden of being Mexican. Essentially.
That's a shame. It really is. And my mom made me talk Spanish even when I didn't want to. I was like, no, I want to talk English. Why? Because all my friends, no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're going to talk Spanish here.